all of this is going to be changing this trip. It's pretty fun to think about. Getting to move dirt again. Fine-tuning some of our areas that we've already mapped out what they're going to be. That giant tank will be buried. This hillside will be completely different. Those white tanks will be buried. And that big tree right there will be pushed down, as well as some of these trees here. So we're going for another big transformation this trip.
Good morning, everyone. Well, our shallow well dried up a little sooner this year than it did last year, so we're having to deal with water. So we've picked up 2 of these food grade IBC totes. They each hold 275 gallons of water. We've got our old shallow well pump here that we're going to use to pump the water out of the tote and into the other tote. So from the connection down here, we'll use our cam lock connector, and that will then 90 out up into our existing union on the pump. We may actually cut this off and glue a different union on it. Bought all these parts. I was still thinking that I was going to be finding pieces that thread into the tank.
Okay.
And so obviously each tank would need its own setup.
Right.
But now, as I'm gluing this up, I'm realizing I can just take this off one tank and put it on the other.
Gotcha.
So,
well, a project isn't a project unless you have excess parts or not enough.
I would rather have excess parts than not enough.
True.
Getting primer all over our new trailer.
It's breaking.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, now that we've got our water transferred into our other tote, we've got our solar cover on it to keep the UV light away from it so it doesn't grow any algae inside. We're gonna take our cam lock adapter, get that put on. Then I need to level where the pump's gonna go.
It's a great leveling tool.
Yep. Feels very level.
Oh, your ring came off, the O-ring or something came off.
Yeah. So it is a warm morning. Boy, we woke up and it was already 70 degrees. I think it's gonna be a hot one today. But we're in the excavator. We've got it for 2 weeks, but we have a very ambitious goal for those 2 weeks. We're gonna watch this place transform. And unfortunately, a lot of what we're gonna do is gonna be underground, so it's gonna get buried and we're not gonna be able to see it when it's all done. But let's get to work.
another day pushing trees, pushing dirt. Just like that. Literally just fall apart into a bazillion pieces. Jeff's doing a pretty good job of getting most of it out in one piece. Let's see how this one goes. That's good. You're going to be making a seating area around this very small grove of trees, but we have these really cool rocks that we unearthed many trips ago. So we're going to see if we can pick them up with the excavator and move them. We'll see how this goes. Can't see my mom faces right now. Okay. Well, that is super cool. I really hope this works because it's such a cool rock. And it will make a nice little place to sit, little seating in this area here between the trees. Bring around my water bottle that I thought I put out of the way. Jeff is just that precise with the excavator. Just like that. So there it is. Actually worked out perfectly. We'll do a hammock from that tree all the way to that tree. Then we'll have these other rocks that can kind of just be a little seating area in this tree. So in the summer it should provide some nice shade and be a really cool spot. Rock number 2, that was far less iffy. He did. overshot. We got Poogs, my stepdad, Kelly, cutting up logs so Jeff can get those onto the burn pile.
All this right here is going to change today. Good morning. It is day 2 with the excavator. We've got a lot of ambitious plans for today. We're going to start to dig out for the garage, get that leveled, because we need to move all that dirt down below the shop before we install the septic tank, because we have to move the dirt basically past where the septic tank is going to go. So let's get started before it gets hot.
The dirt here in front of the shop. Slow process, but all this dirt that Jeff is currently pushing came from the garage dig out that he's just kind of kept pushing down the hill. So I'm sure that we'll have a lot more loads coming down the hill. This is just the first one that he's actually moving.
Right about here is where I started hearing and feeling something strange with the excavator tracks.
So Jeff has been hard at work pretty much most of the day, getting this garage area leveled out, or actually dug out. The topography has changed a lot. You can see our kind of grove of trees down past him has gotten thinned out, and we're calling that place the park now. We got some cool rocks set in there. It's a really pretty place, so it'll be really beautiful once we get that all developed. But I think the next few days are just going to be Jeff digging in the dirt. So this is the lower half in front of the shop that Jeff's been working on. You kind of see where this comes around and up there towards where the house will be.
After my concerns with the track and not wanting a repeat of walking a track off of a piece of equipment, I found the right track to be loose, so I went ahead and tightened that up. But shortly after tightening it, Kelly said that it was making a horrible noise. He hopped in so I could hear what was going on. What I found was the right track had a bad bearing in the front roll. Well, time to call the rental yard and see how fast they can fix it.
Even with the breakdown of the excavator, this was still a very successful first 2 days of pushing dirt. We were super thankful that my mom and Kelly got to come out and just see the progress and get to hang out with them for a bit, so that was really fun.
In our next video, we pivot to framing the shop.
Because lumber prices were shooting up again, we decided to go ahead and order our lumber early. So our lumber actually arrived the first day we were there, which was a huge blessing because when we needed to do this major pivot, we were actually able to have all the supplies we needed. So that was just providential, which was really awesome.
Stay tuned for upcoming videos, and remember to like and subscribe to our channel.